tip. You've seen a couple videos ago or so, or last video, as far as turning your feet in towards the dirt bike on the foot peg while you're standing, and the benefits of that, because you can grip the bike more from your foot all the way up to your knees rather than just your knees. A lot of times, guys, feet are positioned out away from the dirt bike and they don't have contact all the way through their legs. They're more like just pinched at their knees, and a lot of times you pivot at your knees. You don't want that. You want contact all the way up through. That makes you feel more one with the bike, is the term I like to use. Okay, now another thing that, and it's tough in off-road, but if you apply it, you'll see a definite benefit of it. Just watch Ben Kelly, if you know that guy from the GCs, a guy that stands a lot and he's always on the balls of the foot, and that's where I'm going with this. Now it's tough for a lot of off-road guys, the tighter and more technical it gets, because we want to cover that brake pedal. You know, getting in a habit of just taking your foot off the brake pedal and going back to the ball of the foot, if you're standing, will help keep you in better control, better balance, and more over the front end of the bike, which is a good thing because it puts weight on the front end. So get in the habit of standing more on the balls of your foot, meaning just simply just behind your toes, okay? That's where your foot peg should meet your foot, just behind your toes, not in your arch. A lot of times if you stand in your arch, understand that if I stand in my arch and I accelerate, the centrifugal force of the dirt bike will force me back. And a lot of times if you're not pinching the bike or grabbing the bike like you should, plus you're in the arches, you accelerate, you go back. This is why a lot of guys that don't stand sit, because of their foot position. And not, you know, I know some guys that haul the mail sitting, but if you're a stander, this is something you want to apply. Okay? Stand more on the ball of the foot. As I stand on the ball of the foot, where's my weight? My weight is now forward. Okay? So my weight's forward. As I accelerate, I put in weight on the front end. That gives me front end traction, and I'm leading the dirt bike with my head. So, more ball of the foot. Because I'm on the ball of the foot, where's the weight? On the front end. If I go to the arch, where's the weight? On the back of the bike. So get in the habit, guys, of not only turning your feet in, like I said in the last video, or a couple videos ago, but also get in the habit of trying to get comfortable. And it's not going to happen overnight. Slowly turn it down a couple notches, percentages, and start working on your balls of your foot. And just seeing how it also helps going into a turn. You know, stuff like that, as far as just a turn you can stand through. We're going to get into more tips on that later. But just more balls of the foot, controlling the dirt bike from balls of the foot versus your arch, puts more weight forward, and it's also going to give you better control and better balance, because you're actually putting your ankle joint into place. Where in the arch, there's no ankle joint support, more or less just relying on your knees. My knees can't take much more of that, so more about putting my ankle into it helps alleviate some of that pressure from my knees as well. All right, so this is your tip. Try and work on sections of a trail or whatever you have to practice on, more balls of the foot while standing. Okay, and if you're that guy who, I'm going to give you a little bit more. Your balls of the foot, but you're also doing this, it's putting all the weight on the back of the bike. So you got to stand up, legs straight, put a bend in your elbow. That's the attack position. If you're that guy who's doing this, you're putting all the weight on the back of the bike. As you accelerate, it's not comfortable feeling, I bet. So understand there is cases when you want to be like this, where you're getting the front end light over whoops or something like that, or a log or something like that, or you're braking into a turn while standing. But most times you want to be balls of the foot, crouch position. Not crouch position. Your knees are straight over top of the foot peg, bend in your elbow. Lower your head to the over top of the triple clamps. Okay, puts more weight on the front end. So there's my tip. Work on balls of the foot. Controlling the bike more with the balls of your feet will help position you more forward. Slow down and try it. Play around with it. Just work on little fundamental things like that to and get it engraved in your nervous system, so it becomes more of a natural reaction. All right, guys. Thank you. Sorry for getting tongue-tied. Thanks.